We're going to have the Quad Squad up against the Vaudeville Vixens, and they will be fighting it out for the claiming of third place for this 11th season. First of all, we would like to introduce to you a team of roller derby superheroes, the team in green.
The Green Machine.
All right, first up we have, skating in at 18 feet, Alligator. Number 120 is Battle Frog. Number 3 AM, Booty Collins. Number L5, Brokeback Jack. Number 796 is Conan the Librarian. Number 6x9, Girl Friday. Number Oi is Gouda Riddance. Number 86, Guacamole. Number I4I, Hammer Abbey. Number 1904 is KY Julie. Number F22, Lunatrick. Number 15, Mac the Knife. Number 918 is Pied Piper. Number B52, Sequin Destroyer. Number 313 is Slayhound. Skidding in at 906 is Super Youper. Number 350, Susie Homewrecker. And number 7, Wendy You Wanna Die. They are supported from the bench by La Biblioreca, Kate Silver, and Dame Judy Bench. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2015 Quad Squad!
And going up tonight against the Quad Squad, your team in pink and brown, your 2015 Vaudeville Vixens. Nice. Number 10, A Magnitude 10. 5150, Berserkly. 01, Daisy Juke. Number 32, Dalek Doll. Number 49, Donna Stunner. Number 51, Harley Sin. Number 22, Hoppy Go Lucky. 117, Jean du Snark. 1967, Jocelyn Hell Burnell. Number 9, Kenna Vendetta. Number 30, Lemon Dropkick. 406, Montana Slammer. Number 66, Mustang. Number 45, Nefarious. 1975, Neon Arzik. High 5, Shantastic McAwesome. Number 160, Smartash. 750, Whiskey and Choke. And number 11, Zoe Dash in Hell. On the bench for the Vixens tonight, we have True Stroke, Flute Loop, Betty Davis Thighs, and True Blood. Also skating as free agents for the Vixens, Stank Girl the Stench Wench, and Feminine
course, we couldn't have a bout without our officials. Officials such as Z-Dork, Uno Mas, Bjorn to Kill, Eddie Lizard, Chaotic Neutral, Thaco, Stabby McDude Bro, and Pollywog. And of course, let us not forget our non-skating officials for this bout: Modus Pones, Dread Gazebo, Irene Adler, Keister Bunny, Brazzle Dazzle, Mr. Welsh, Show Nuff, Roadblock, Squeaky Fromage, A. Gru, Jezebel O'Kitty, Captain Emo, Diaphragm, Death Knell, Misinformed, Show Nuff, and Strife of Riley. Now, of course, ladies and gentlemen, before we get started here, we would like you, if you are able to, please rise. Please remove your headgear as we have the Quad Squad's own Alligator sing the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, we are getting down to the action here. Both teams are lining up on the on the Plan B jammer line. Looks like for this first jam, we will have Hammer Abbey representing the Quad Squad in green as their jammer, with Dalek Doll representing the Vixens in pink and brown for the Vaudeville Vixens. All right, looks like our first jam is underway. Both jammers wasting no time getting through the pack, working their way through there. Hammer Abbey, it looks like she's up at the front. She is getting up against Feminine Hijinks. She has broken through to take lead jam for this first jam for the Quad Squad. Looks like Dalek Doll is just getting through the pack herself. So she will be starting her scoring pass, while Hammer Abbey is working her way through the pack now. Looks like, okay, she passed a few skaters, but took a little tumble, so she was going to call it off before Dalek Doll can get in and score any points.
Yeah, looks like that jam ended with 0 points scored on either team.
Right.
So they'll start off. Oh, nope, I'm sorry. Quad Squad did get 3 points there. Hammer Abbey picked up during that bout during that jam before she called it off. And now on the jammer line for the Quad Squad, we have Sequin Destroy-Her up against Nefarious, jamming for the Vaudeville Vixens.
Looks like both jammers are going to get pushed to the inside. Sequin Destroyer trying to knock Nefarious out. Not quite successful.
Both packs keeping the jammers back, knocking them around and trying to recycle them to the back of the pack.
Yeah, it looks like Montana Slamma successfully recycling Sequin Destroy-Her to the back.
Sequin finding an inside hole, though, and getting past both packs, and but she gets called to the penalty box. Looks like she'll spend 30 seconds in the Monkey Bar Gym penalty box, while Nefarious is lead jammer for the Vaudeville Vixens.
Yeah, that will mean that this is a power jam for the Vaudeville Vixens. So they get the next few seconds to have their jammer is the only one on the track, only one able to score points. Now, of course, since Sequin Destroy-Her was the lead jammer and she's now gone to the penalty box, no longer can the lead jammer call off the jam.
And that means this jam will go for the whole 2 minutes. Sequin Destroy-Her released from the penalty box. She'll be skating around the track, both her and Nefarious, trying to score as many points as they can for their team while this jam while the remainder of the 2 minutes goes. And Nefarious through the pack, scoring another 4 points for the Vaudeville Vixens. And the jam ends. Looks like the Vaudeville Vixens have 9 points on the board to the Quad Squad's 3 points. And up on the jammer line for the Quad Squad, this next jam on the Plan B jammer line is Booty Collins. She'll be jamming up against the Vaudeville Vixens, Berserkly. An alligator out there on the track, blocking for the Quad Squad. She's got as good a blocks as she does a voice, let me tell you. So Berserkly will have to make her way past those Quad Squad blockers, just as Booty Collins will have to make her way past the Vaudeville Vixens blockers.
Yeah, it looked like Mustang had gotten out there in preparation for getting, stopping Booty Collins, but she does get through to claim lead jam for the Quad Squad.
So that means Booty Collins, as lead jammer, can call this jam off whenever she would like to by putting her hands on her hips. Berserkly out of the pack for the Vaudeville Vixens. Booty Collins making her way up to the front of the pack, held back by Hoppy Go Lucky and Whiskey and Choke for a little bit. Booty Collins being told to call that jam off. She does so, and that ends the jam.
And it looks like she was not quite able to get past Whiskey and Choke, and having that time delay wasn't going to be worth it because we're going to have the opposing jammer start to score points.
She did, however, pick up 4 points for the Quad Squad, getting past or outside of the engagement zone, so scoring that final point against Whiskey and Choke. That brings the Quad Squad up to 7 points, Vixens at 9. Up on the jammer line, we've got Susie Homewrecker skating for the Quad Squad, up against Shantastic McAwesome jamming for the Vaudeville Vixens.
And it looks like both packs are down 1 blocker. We have When Do You Wanna Die in the penalty box for the Quad Squad, with Mustang in there for the Vixens. In the meantime, looks like Shantastic McAwesome is going to break through to pull lead jam for the Vaudeville Vixens.
Susie Homewrecker breaks through the pack a little bit behind Shantastic McAwesome. Shantastic McAwesome gets through the pack, calls off the jam before Susie Homewrecker can score any points. She picks up 1 point for the Vaudeville Vixens.
Do have a quick shout out here, which I feel is delightfully appropriate.
Wonderful.
Question: what's black and white and red and brutal all over? Or brutal fun all over? Answer: Team Slaughtermelon.
Team Slaughtermelon. All right. Shout out to Team Slaughtermelon. And out there on the track, we have Hammer Abby jamming for the Quad Squad up against Jocelyn Hell-Burnell jamming for the Vaudeville Vixens. Both teams tight walls that the jammer has to get by. It looks like Hammer Abby breaks out of the pack. She is lead jam for the Quad Squad.
Looks like Jocelyn Hell-Burnell is still working her way through the pack, working against the last line of Quad Squad defense. She does get knocked to the inside, recycled back, not too far. But it looks like in the meantime, Hammer Abby has come back around and is looking to make her scoring pass.
Brokeback Jack giving Jocelyn Hell-Burnell a lot of trouble out there. Knocking her to the outside. It looks like Jocelyn Hell-Burnell will be sent to the Monkey Bar Gym penalty box for a penalty, a track cut penalty.
However, it looks like the Quad Squad jammer Hammer Abby has just been sent to the penalty box herself on a back block penalty.
And that'll leave Lunatrick and Brokeback Jack out there as the only defenders, along with Alligator there against the Vixens when Jocelyn Hell-Burnell is released from the penalty box. She's back on the track now. When both jammers go to the penalty box, when one is released, the other that gets there will serve the remainder of the time that the first jammer serves. So Quad Squad doing a good job defensively against Jocelyn Hell-Burnell, not letting her get past or score any points before Hammer Abby gets out and released from the penalty box. And she dances her way on the outside line there.
Yeah, however, since there was no pass there is no penalty, so she doesn't have to come back in. So she just gets to keep on skating.
And it looks like while we were watching the Quad Squad jammer, the Vixen jammer, Jocelyn Hell Burnell, was sent to the penalty box again. That'll leave the Quad Squad to start this jam in a power jam.
Yep, that is correct. Looks like after this past jam, the score has been tied up to both teams at 10 points.
10 points all. And that looks like a little bit of a timeout here. I'd like to give a shout out to some of our wonderful sponsors. Monkey Bar Gym is our sponsor for the penalty box, where Derby girls work out to be strong enough for Derby. The Triple M 2-minute promise timeout is our official timeout, which I think that we might be having right now. So we want to thank Triple M. The Jammer Line sponsored by Plan B, Madison's favorite gay bar and dance club. Be out, be proud, just be. And we've got a Mini of Madison sponsor. They sponsor our Grand Slam. So when one jammer laps the pack and scores against the other jammer as well, that's called a Grand Slam, and we thank our sponsor, Mini of Madison. Check out some of their hardtop minis over in the corner opposite of the merch table.
And of course, while you are checking out the merch table, please stop by. Consider paying $1 to give to buy a shout out. That'll go to support our bout charity, WAGs. Getting back to the action here, we've got Hammer Abby jamming for the Quad Squad.
She's going up against Jocelyn Hell Burnell jamming for the Vixens. I'm not sure what happened in the official timeout, but it looks like Jocelyn Hell Burnell was released from the penalty box, and Hammer Abby is in the penalty box for the Quad Squad. So Jocelyn Hell Burnell getting a Mini of Madison Grand Slam for the Vaudeville Vixens.
Yep, she does get a point for passing any players in the penalty box as well.
And Hammer Abby out of the penalty box now, working her way up through the wall of Vixens.
Yeah, it looks like she was knocked out of bounds by Nefarious, so she's going to have to come in behind her. In the meantime, Jocelyn Hell Burnell has made another scoring pass, picking up another Mini of Madison Grand Slam, and 5 points for the Vaudeville Vixens.
Hammer Abby making her way out of the pack finally, past A-Mag and Hoppy Go Lucky. She sneaks in between them, and she is not lead jammer, but Jocelyn Hell Burnell, I think, calling that jam off. Yeah, check out the merchandise table. They've got 10% off tonight, and you can get yourself a shout out. We've got lots of shout outs here. 1, 2, Lucinda Morals, we love you. Betty Goetz, Imhoff, and Ivana Vach. And I do apologize if my pronunciation is off, but that shout out goes to Lucinda Morals.
And of course, while you're over by the merchandise table, checking out that merchandise, checking out those shout outs, you can also pick up a voting ballot for the Owies, which are the Mad Rollin Dolls' annual kind of fan award ceremony. So you can vote for your people, like your favorite skaters, you know, most exciting. There are a number of really neat categories over there. So head on over to the merch table to pick up a ballot. Put in your vote. That
is what we call our awards ceremony after the season, is the Owies Awards, because with roller derby, it's a lot of action out there. Lots of hard hitting, and sometimes some owies occur.
Getting back to the action, looks like for this jam we have Booty Collins jamming for the Quad Squad. She'll be jamming up against Berserk Lee for the Vaudeville Vixens.
Both packs doing a great job of defense all the way around the track. Halfway there, Booty Collins slicing her way through, and she gets lead jam for the Quad Squad.
Yep, she is followed closely by Berserk Lee. We'll see, this is a fantastic opportunity for Booty Collins and the Quad Squad to start making back some of that points deficit.
And Booty Collins gets up in front of all of the Vaudeville Vixen blockers as she calls that jam off. 4 points for the Quad Squad, 0 points for the Vixens that jam, and that'll bring our score to 20 points for the Vaudeville Vixens and 14 for the Quad Squad.
I'd like to give another shout out to one of our sponsors, Ale Asylum. Ale Asylum, brewed and bottled in Madison, fermented insanity.
Check out that Hopalicious by Ale Asylum, as well as the PBR at your beer tent. And now back on the track, we have Kenna Vendetta jamming for the Vaudeville Vixens. She is just getting lead jam as she breaks her way through the pack, jamming against the Quad Squad jammer, Susie Homewrecker.
Susie Homewrecker just juking around there, getting through, gonna start making her scoring pass. In the meantime, it looks like the Vixens jammer, Kenna Vendetta, has been sent to the penalty box.
Looks like a black block sent her to the Monkey Bar Gym penalty box. That'll leave Susie Homewrecker with a power jam for the Quad Squad. And you'll see the pack starts to separate and slow down. When there is a power jam, the team with the power jam typically goes to the back of the pack, slows it down so their jammer can whip around that track as many times as possible. And then they do a little push at the end to try and get her through, get the pack moving again. Vixens doing a good job of keeping their defensive walls so Susie Homewrecker can't get by and score those points.
Yeah, the Vixens have done a great job biding time because now Kenna Vendetta is out of the penalty box and working on making her scoring pass. She skates by, picking up 4 points for her team.
And that'll be, yes, her second pass around the pack. She was sent to the penalty box, so she immediately gets in and starts scoring. Susie Homewrecker still in the pack. Kenna Vendetta getting around. It looks like she has gotten through the pack again and picked up a Mini of Madison Grand Slam for the Vaudeville Vixens. On the track with the Quad Squad, I saw Susie Homewrecker. It looked like she had passed the helmet panty star to the pivot. Sequin destroy her, but she was previously called on a penalty, so Sequin had to return that pivot or jammer helmet cover back to her so she could be sent to the penalty box and serve as the Quad Squad jammer there in the penalty box. So it looks like the Quad Squad will start this next jam with a jammer in the penalty box. Vixens bring their lead up to 32 points, Quad Squad at 24. Vixens will start this jam with Dalek Doll on the Plan B jammer line and with a power jam.
Yes, looks like Stank Girl, the stench one's helping her get around the outside, but Alligator, as you were saying, knocking her out the outside. Very aggressive blocker, that Alligator.
She sure is. Dalek Doll gets up and comes back around, getting knocked to the outside again by Alligator, getting up again and just trying to get her way through there. Nice job by Dalek Doll, making her way through the pack. She is lead jammer for the Vaudeville Vixens. It took her about a track lap there, but she got her way through.
And in the meantime, Susie Homewrecker has been released from the penalty box, so the Quad Squad have their jammer back. She has made it through the pack on the initial pass, so she will begin making her scoring pass.
And Dalek Doll sneaks through on the inside line past the Quad Squad wall there, picking up 4 points for the Vaudeville Vixens and then calling this jam off to end the jam. Vaudeville Vixens at 37, Quad Squad at 24.
It looks like we have another timeout here. I believe that has been called by the Quad Squad.
And during this time out, I'd also like to remind you, we have a wonderful sponsor, Just Coffee. Bike delivered fair trade coffee, organic coffee, roasted here in Madison, justice from the grounds up. Just Coffee is here with a few of their employees, and they have a table across from the merchandise booth. They'll be over there supporting Project Nika, as well as giving away samples of coffee and selling our Dairyland Dolls coffee that is made by Just Coffee. So we want to thank them and head on over there to support Project Nika.
And, of course, sharing a table with Just Coffee is the Dairyland Dolls booth. So if you're interested in heading over there and purchasing a wheel for the wheel toss that will be happening during the intermission between bouts, head on over $3 for single wheel, $5 for two. Have a chance to throw a wheel at a cowbell in the middle of the track and win a prize.
And support our Dairyland dolls while you do that, Rich. And the Dairyland dolls are roaming around selling those wheels too. If you see some of them, pick some up. But we'll get back to the action on the track here.
It looks like we have Girl Friday jamming for the Quad Squad up against Nefarious for the Vaudeville Vixens. Nefarious having just taken lead jam for her team.
And Girl Friday just sneaking out around the outside, but it looks like she did get pick up a track cut as she turned that corner, so she will be sent to the Monkey Bar Gym penalty box. Nefarious getting around the track and through the pack for the Vaudeville Vixens. She calls that jam off. But I don't even think they skated a whole lap. Maybe one lap.
Yeah, barely.
Fast jams today.
Yeah,
Nefarious, last bout for her this season. She'll be on the track with the Vaudeville Vixens during this last game. Also on the track for the pack of Vixens, Mustang skating in her last bout of the season for the Vaudeville Vixens.
Yeah, getting into this current jam here. For the Vixens, we have Jocelyn Hell Burnell taking lead jam for the Vaudeville Vixens. Girl Friday still jamming for the Quad Squatter. However, she is still serving her penalty in the Monkey Bar Gym penalty box.
And it looks like the Quad Squad have a few other blockers in the penalty box, Alligator and Slayhound, leaving just Booty Collins and Sequin Destroy-Her on the track. Jocelyn Hell Burnell jamming for the Vaudeville Vixens, trying to get a bit of offensive help from her blockers.
As she does get knocked back,
She gets knocked to the inside, but then, skates her way right back onto the track and getting through for another Minnie Madison Grand Slam and 5 points for the Vaudeville Vixens. Mustang coming in from the pack, skating up fast, looking like she's going to be helping Jocelyn Hell Burnell to get in there, but it looks like Alligator came in from the penalty box and tried to hold her up as well. So that jam does end. No points on that final pass for Quad Squad or the Vaudeville Vixens. Vaudeville Vixens at 47 points, Quad Squad at 24 points, and it looks like we have a timeout, Vaudeville Vixens. And I've got another shout out here. We want to wish a happy birthday to Dame, Dude, and Conan. All right.
And we have another shout out here. Another question and answer, shockingly similar to the previous one. Question: what's pink and green and fun all over and loved by everyone, even Denim Dan? Answer: Team Watermelon.
All right, Team Watermelon out there on the track now. Looks like we've got a huddle of officials. And without those officials here, we couldn't play roller derby by the rules. So let's hear it for those officials. All right, thank you to all the officials here calling our games and our bouts. We appreciate them. Who's out there cheering for the Quad Squad? The green team. And how many of you are out there cheering on the Vaudeville Vixens? All right, let's hear you as Hammer Abby jams for the Quad Squad. She's jamming up against Shantastic McAwesome of the Vaudeville Vixens.
Looks like Shantastic McAwesome has been called out on a track cut penalty. So this means a power jam for Hammer Abby and the Quad Squad.
And I think that track cut was pulled by Brokeback Jack there. She knocked her out right away and then ran to the back. Brokeback Jack skating her first bout of the season for the Quad Squad tonight. She does a great job out there blocking. And the Vaudeville Vixens trying to hold back Hammer Abby, but she gets through with a Minnie Madison Grand Slam for the Quad Squad.
Yeah, Montana Slammer from the Vixens skating up there trying to trying to slow her forward motion, but not quite.
Not quite able to do it. Hammer Abby picks up 5 points for the Quad Squad, and it looks like they will start this jam as a power jam with the Vaudeville Vixen jammer Shantastic McAwesome still starting in the penalty box. For this jam, we have Alligator starting on the Plan B jammer line, jamming for the Quad Squad. The whistle blows and Alligator takes off, spreading out that pack as the Quad Squad hangs back.
And it looks like Shantastic McAwesome back on the track for the Vaudeville Vixens. She does get through, so she's going to start making her scoring pass. Though she is the jammer in the lead, she is not your lead jammer. Alligator was your lead jammer. Alligator has called the jam.
And she called that jam off because she was behind Shantastic McAwesome, leaving her to score points before she'd approach the pack. So good strategic call off there by Alligator. Now on the Plan B jammer line for the Vaudeville Vixens, we've got Nefarious, number 45, jamming against B52, Sequin Destroy Her for the Quad Squad.
Jam begins. Looks like the Quad Squad's going to work on taking the front.
And that may be because Nefarious pushed her way up to the front there. She gets out of the pack, and she is lead jammer, getting around that corner so fast she can't even take it. So she slides down, but gets right back up.
As she does have the Quad Squad jammer, Sequin Destroy Her, right on her heels.
She hits the Quad Squad pack and tries to call it off, but it looks like she gets called to the Monkey Bar Gym penalty box for a track cut penalty.
And that will give the Vaudeville the Quad Squad and Sequin Destroy Her a power jam. Sequin Destroy Her picking up a Mini of Madison grand slam on that pass. 5 points for her team. Looking to do it again on this next pass. Getting pushed to the outside by John Snark.
John Snark pushing Sequin Destroyer to the outside, stuck behind the wall of green there, as her blockers, Ameg and Montana Slamma, in the front of the pack try and take Sequin Destroy Her to the outside. Sequin called on a penalty. That means the Quad Squad jammer, Sequin Destroy Her, will be sent to the Monkey Bar Gym penalty box to serve 30 seconds, just as Nefarious, the Vaudeville Vixen jammer, returns to the track and to play a power jam here for the Vaudeville Vixens.
And it looks like the penalty that Sequin Destroyer was called out was a skating out of bounds penalty.
Skating out of bounds, thank you.
Nefarious and the Vaudeville Vixens picking up another Mini of Madison grand slam. Nefarious working her way through the pack and fighting against Brokeback Jack, Slayhound, Susie Homewrecker, and Conan the Librarian.
And that jam ends. It looks like both jammers pick up some points there at the end of that jam. Quad Squad brings their point total to 43 points. Vaudeville Vixens at 56.
Looking down to the Plan B jammer line. Lining up there, we've got Dalek Doll jamming for the Vixens in pink and brown. Up against Hammer Abby jamming for the Quad Squad in green. Jam begins. Hammer Abby being kept towards the back. It's knocked out of bounds by Vixen skater Hoppy Go Lucky.
And it looks like Dalek Doll knocked down and out of bounds by Alligator, brought to the back of the pack. Both jammers trying to make their way up front. Dalek Doll being knocked down and out. I don't see a pack out there, but I see a great pace line there. Both Quad Squad and Vixen blockers stringing out the pack to try and keep the jammer in.
And despite all that, Hammer Abby does break through to take lead jam for the Quad Squad. She's working on making her scoring pass now. In the meantime, Dalek Doll has broken through her back and will start making her scoring pass.
And Hammer Abby decides to call it off as she's knocked out of bounds after picking up 4 points on that point-scoring pass against the Vixens.
Do have another shout-out from the fans here. The shout-out says, "I love you, Mouse," by Amara.
Aw.
We'll do another quick shout out to our sponsors. I'd like to give a shout out to our sponsor, American Apparel, custom screen printing and embroidery, located in Sun Prairie.
Back on the track, we've got Kenna Vendetta jamming for the Vaudeville Vixens up against Susie Homewrecker jamming for the Quad Squad. Kenna Vendetta taken to the outside and recycled to the back of the pack. Susie Homewrecker also, Vixens attempting to take her to the outside. She gets by and is lead jammer for the Quad Squad.
Looks like there was a WORT Back Porch Radio in Madison star pass out on the track. Kenna Vendetta for the Vixens passed her star over to Shantastic McAwesome.
But Susie Homewrecker, lead jammer for the Quad Squad, called that jam off before the Vixens could score any points on that jam. That brings the Quad Squad to 49 points, Vaudeville Vixens at 56 points, with still a little under 6 minutes in this first period of our bout.
A very close bout so far.
That's right.
It's most certainly anybody's game at this point.
And Rich, we've got Booty Collins jamming for the Quad Squad, going up against Jocelyn Hell-Burnell.
Jocelyn Hell-Burnell breaking through first to take lead jam for the Vaudeville Vixens. And it's looking like Booty Collins is going to be hot on her heels. We'll see how these. Wow! Jocelyn Hell-Burnell taking a great apex jump.
Wow, she gets.
Looks like she didn't quite land it though. No points picked up on that.
That's right. And she doesn't get a penalty as she fell. Called the jam off. It would be as though she was out of bounds. She also doesn't pick up any of the points. Had she landed that, she would have picked up all 4 points for all of the blockers that she passed while in the air. But you have to both leave from inbounds and then land inbounds. So if you fall down, you have to kind of get out and go back. She did decide to call that jam off before the Quad Squad jammer could score any points, so that was a smart move by her.
Getting back to the action on the track, we have Hammer Abby jamming for the Quad Squad up against Nefarious for the Vixens. Hammer Abby having been knocked to the back, being held back by the Vixens defense. In the meantime,
Nefarious gets lead jam for the Vaudeville Vixens. She gets around the track and gets past the entire pack for a Mini Madison Grand Slam and picks up 5 more points for the Vaudeville Vixens. It looks like Hammer Abby is still being held up by Montana Slamma, A Magnitude, and Mustang as Nefarious makes her way around the track for another Mini Madison Grand Slam. And that's 10 points now for the Vaudeville Vixens.
yeah, Vixens doing a fantastic job of both defense and offense here, keeping the Quad Squad jammer back while allowing their own jammer to just keep lapping the track over and over.
And Nefarious, the Vixens doing a good job of breaking up the wall of Quad Squad so that Nefarious can kind of make her way through there. The wall of Quad Squad forms at the front, taken to the back a little bit, but Nefarious still fighting her way around. And it looks like, meanwhile, Hammer Abby, jammer for the Quad Squad, was sent to the Monkey Bar Gym penalty box. And Nefarious gets knocked out of bounds, calls that jam off, but still picks up 5 more points. And another Mini Madison Grand Slam for the Vaudeville Vixens. That'll bring the Vixens to 76 points, the Quad Squad at 49. That was a nice jam for Nefarious and the Vixens, bringing them into the lead there by a little bit more of a majority.
Yeah, definitely a solid jam and a good position to go into the half with.
There's still 3 minutes left, though, Rich, so anything could happen. In that 3 minutes, the Quad Squad could come back and score that many points as well.
Most definitely.
We will just have to see what happens. And it looks like we've got a Quad Squad timeout. I'm going to go ahead and thank another one of our sponsors, Ian's Pizza. 2 downtown locations offering carry-out and delivery, salad, pizza, vegan, and gluten-free options. Visit them online at ianspizza.com. They're here to help, one slice at a time.
The Quad Squad has requested an official review on the blocking out of bounds call that sent green I-4I to the penalty box at the end of the previous jam. Thank you.
All right, so while our officials are reviewing this call, it's a good opportunity to give a few more shout-outs. And of course, if you want to take a moment to head on down to the merch table and purchase a shout-out, we can read one out for you. Shout-out here says, Zoe, you are awesome and will be missed.
That's right, folks. Zoe Dash-in-Hell, a skater on the Vaudeville Vixens. This will be her last bout, as well as she will be moving out of state for a job opportunity. So we will definitely miss Zoe Dash-in-Hell. Get on down to the merch table. Check out 10% off all merch items. You can also get these great Roller Derby 2015 official programs for only $1. So get yours, get it signed by all your favorite skaters, and get a great memento of this season.
Yeah, some other mementos and great things to have signed we have over that merchandise table. There's some those limited edition posters.
That's right, folks.
All right, looks like that official review has been concluded, and the call against Hammer Abby does stand. So she is going to be starting this jam in the penalty box, though she is standing. So it looks like she has less than 5 seconds remaining to serve on her penalty.
And Kenna Vendetta will start on the Plan B jammer line for the Vaudeville Vixens. She is in a power jam for the Vaudeville Vixens until Hammer Abby is released from the penalty box. Going up against a wall of Quad Squad, including Sequin Destroy Her, Girl Friday, Susie Homewrecker, and Alligator. Kenna Vendetta gets through the pack and is lead jammer, followed, or actually led by Hammer Abby, who got through the pack but was not lead jammer. Kenna Vendetta, smart move by calling off the jam before either one of them can score any points.
Yes, indeed. Definitely a good call there. Usually not good to be the lead jammer and skating from behind.
That's true. So if you are lead jam, you get the opportunity, you get the power to call that jam off. If the other jammer is in front of you, she basically is trying to make you call it off by hitting that pack first and scoring points. It still is up to you as lead jammer when you're going to call it off, but...
Looking back down to the action on the track, we have Booty Collins jamming for the Quad Squad up against Montana Slamma for the Vaudeville Vixens.
And Montana Slamma just gets her way through around the outside and is lead jammer for the Vaudeville Vixens. She was getting blocked by the Quad Squad blockers, but just pushed her way inside so that she did get past them without getting out of bounds. Booty Collins going up against A Magnitude and Feminine Hijinks. She does get through the pack, and meanwhile, Montana Slamma sent to the penalty box. For a penalty, she'll be spending 30 seconds in the Monkey Bar Gym penalty box to think about that, while Booty Collins jams for the Quad Squad.
Yep, this is a power jam now for the Quad Squad. Booty Collins just skating around, picking up another mini of Madison Grand Slam, and 5 points for the Quad Squad. Looks like she's going to try to do it again as the Quad Squad blockers try to make that hole in the Vixens wall.
Just what the Quad Squad need right now is a power jam and some more points on the board to reduce the lead that the Vixens have. Booty Collins stuck in the pack. Meanwhile, Montana Slamma released from the penalty box. She goes up against the wall of Quad Squad blockers, trying to knock her to the outside, pushing her way past. Oh, she does get knocked to the inside.
Yeah, she did get knocked to the inside and ended up coming right back in as she spun, so she did pick herself up a track cut penalty.
That's
and will
right.
be spending another 30 seconds in the Monkey Bar Gym penalty box.
And when that happens and you are upright, or if you are knocked down and you get upright before you get out of bounds, you do get called on that track cut penalty. Looks like Booty Collins did a little bit of a star pass there to Sequin Destroy Her, getting her through the pack. And we've got the Quad Squad with 57 points, Vaudeville Vixens with 76 points. And that is going to be our first period for that bout. Let's hear it for both teams. Quad Squad and Vixens both doing a good job there defensively and offensively. Vixens leading with 80 points there going into the half. Quad Squad 57.